just going to be the reverse, roles reversed. It's going to be the young person who hasn't got a clue how to use a social media. The two older ones know exactly all about it.
We are going live. We're just having a bit of discussion now. We are live now, by the way, but that's probably got caught on. So we're doing a live, which I think is going to be quite interesting one, with Simon Cox. Do you want to introduce yourself, Simon?
Yeah, so I'm marketing manager for a web design company in Northamptonshire, but also present on our local radio. So I'm just going to be setting up to go on air at 6. So this is warming me up very nicely, actually. So yeah, great to be here, guys.
Luke, how about yourself? Do you want to do a quick intro? I think everybody knows Luke now. But
no worries, Adam. So Luke from LW Digital. Normally on here these to discuss anything and everything digital marketing with Adam. But this week I'm going to be having no expertise at all, and I'm going to leave it to Simon and Adam to talk me through it.
So today we are talking, and I've titled this, not to Clubhouse or not to Clubhouse. So Simon very kindly gave me an invite to Clubhouse, and I've been procrastinating around it for quite a while, thinking it's another distraction. So then Simon gave me the invite, so I went on, and subsequently I gave an invite to Luke. Now, my view, I spent 2 hours on it, probably 2.5 hours on it the other night, and thought, oh my God. I went into, there were some rooms that were just complete noise, over talking one another, didn't seem very, very well structured. So I probably had a bad experience for a start off. Went to others then. Went into a Rob Moore one, which was great. Very well structured, got moderators, loads of value. But I just can't help but think this could be a massive, massive distraction for business owners, as a time sapper, time drainer. But accepting the fact that I'm new into it. But Luke, what were your thoughts?
Do you know what I've written down here? I've written rabbit in headlights at the minute, scrolling through and going nowhere. That's what I've written. Because I was on it today for an hour and I was looking at all the different rooms and searching for it, and I just had no clue at all what was going on. But in the last hour, I've been sitting on it and just listening. And I was in Rob Moore's room actually, and the way they've got it is actually, he's structured it. Obviously, he's got it nailed on straight away. And he structured it really well. So the rooms I was going in, first of all, same as you, Adam, people talking everywhere, no control at all. But in Rob's room, he's got it set up so only the moderators can speak, and to speak and ask a question, you have to be moderated and going like that. And now I didn't know within the first hours of the day today that was a feature. And now this afternoon, I already know that is. And that makes a lot more sense. And you can have a lot better and more structured business conversation if that's the case. So I think moving forward, that's a positive that I've learned already. I don't know about you, Simon, if you knew that from the start and therefore you found it easier.
Well, the thing is I've just said to Simon on Facebook saying, what do you think to Clubhouse? And Simon says, love it. And I've said, really? And so go on, Simon, sell me on it.
Right. So, firstly, did you ever go to one of those Zoom calls that was really badly hosted when we first moved all the business meetings and everything onto Zoom? And everybody talked over each other and everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Clubhouse can be like. But you've just said about the positives there, about a well-structured meeting. And a well-structured meeting is obviously someone's hosted it and, in a radio style, bringing people into the conversation. So, Adam and I, we're talking away, putting the world to rights here and everything. And all of a sudden, Luke appears and we'll bring Luke to be able to talk, or we can have a bit of fun and say, look, let's not let Luke talk. Let's just carry on talking and let Luke, get frustrated in the background. But we can then elevate him to become part of that meeting. And, it's kind of like, right, Adam, let's have the conversation. We talk about, LinkedIn, for example. Luke's just joined us in the room. Let's bring Luke in on the conversation, and then we can bring that as the moderators for that room. Now, if Luke doesn't behave when he's in there, then obviously we can mute him quite easily. We can also kick him out of the room as well, which is great. But I just think, where we are, in the pandemic at the moment, a lot of people remote working, people needing something different to do. This has come right at the right time.
I have to say, I must admit, I was scrolling through some of the rooms, and some of the rooms were really, really good. Some of them, absolute shite. It really was, which was quite off-putting. I am going to stick with it. The thing for me is Well, I spoke earlier on today, so listen to this. Spoke to somebody earlier on today. And what they'd done is they'd got the room open in Clubhouse. They'd got people on Zoom at the same time. So there was a Zoom group, the Clubhouse group, all communicating with one another and asking questions via Instagram, and then Zoom in the chat. But obviously, the people in the Clubhouse room couldn't see the slides, so there was actually a slideshow. And I just think, my God, this is just which is, I suppose is no different to streaming alive across, like we're doing it, across multiple channels, I suppose. But I just thought, God, it's already started then. We're already started getting into that multi-channel, multi-platform.
Yeah, I think, you said, Simon, about bringing people in and out as well. I think you guys have heard of Discord, like a Discord server and things like that. And again, that was one of the ones that I started using this year. And a lot of streamers use it to, again, with that radio theme of bringing people into like a sort of football 606 thing where, someone comes in, has a discussion, then they leave the room, the next person comes in. And I think Clubhouse is a lot easier and more streamlined way of doing that compared to Discord, which could be really, really positive. So for business meetings and things like that, or business presentations, and then getting audience questions in, having that in and out function could work really well. Because I've seen it in the groups today. It's a simple process of making somebody a moderator. They ask their question, you answer it, and then they get like unmade a moderator or removed or whatever, and then you move on to the next person. There's definitely things like that. And we were saying, Adam, as well, the bios already. I mean, I've just sat and done mine for 20 minutes. I don't know what the limit is on it, but you were saying there's going to be pages and pages. So again, I don't know if they're going to start restricting that or anything like that. But there is some good features. I am learning.
Have you noticed that? Have you noticed it on the profiles? How long some of them are?
Mine's long.
I haven't seen you. I looked at, so I did mine as Luke was saying. I did mine, and I just thought, I'll keep it short because you've really got on, because I'm on a little iPhone 6 and just a little box, haven't you? You don't know. And then I think it was Ed that was in Rob Moore's. He does podcasting. And I looked at his profile, and it was like mega long, and I thought, got to rethink this one then. But obviously you can't link to anything, can you, from that side? But how long have you been on it, Simon? Now, and because I've only been like a couple of hours. Luke, I don't know whether you've been about the same.
Same here.
But you've been on it for a few weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, 3rd of January I first joined it. Now, when I first joined, I was very much like, what the hell is this? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Same as when Twitter first came out, and here I am, 116,000 tweets later, and, 10 years of living on Twitter, I get Twitter. But I joined it and I thought, let's have a little look, let's have an experiment, see what it's all about. Now, of course, being involved with the local radio station, audio, I love being involved with that sort of stuff anyway. And, it took me a minute to find my way around it. Since then, though, I see so many benefits to it. So, obviously, at the moment, as I said a minute ago, we're going through pandemic. Talking is a major thing, especially for mental health at the moment. Absolutely. So if you can engage conversations, get people listening to things, I think it comes down to whether you are a listener or a reader as well. So, if you prefer to read a book, sit and read a book. If you prefer to listen to people ramble on and think, this is what I want to know, then great, that's what this is for. But the interesting thing I did earlier, and I did a test earlier, and I thought, this could be an opportunity for business. Just leave Clubhouse running in a room and see who joins. So like having an open Zoom call, really, but with Zoom, obviously you've got to give out the details. With Clubhouse, you haven't. Just leave it running. And of course, within about 10 seconds, one of the guys from my radio station literally joined. It was actually our station manager. He actually joins going, hi. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect you to join. And in the end, it was 4 of us all joined on that Clubhouse room in about 30 seconds. We're just talking, but for business, could you leave it running throughout the day, do you think? And just get, people just following you going, hi, just want to see what you're up to. And I think, well, I'm just typing numbers on tax return,
Yeah. Now that is an absolute, now thinking about that from a comms team working point of view, where you are all remotely working from home, you're isolated alone. And it is there for anybody at that particular point to have a conversation if they're feeling just that little bit yeah, I need to have a bit of banter. I need to have a bit of. Yeah, that is absolutely spot on for that, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know, just leaving it.
Well, is there a way, Simon? You might know this or not at the minute of having that Zoom open, but only people have already got like access to it. So, for example, if you and Adam were in the same business and I was just a follower of your business on Clubhouse, right? Could you have a room set up where anybody within that business, so Adam, for example, would have access to come in and out of that room, whereas just because I'm a follower of yourself, I wouldn't be able to come and pop into that room? Because I'm thinking of it in terms of a team's perspective, you know, just like you would do in the office. You could have basically the office on Clubhouse, and people just nip in and out of your office. Oh, have you got this? Can I have an email off you for this? Instead of typing an email out all day, just pop in and out of Clubhouse like an open door policy, and leave it open, and then everyone can speak to each other like that. Yeah, and that could work brilliantly, couldn't it?
I suppose, yeah, everybody, I suppose when you get thinking about it, when you get heads together like we've got here, there are a whole host of different things that you could use it for. I mean, one of the ones I seen last night, was it Monday night, was it Arsenal playing Newcastle?
Yeah.
Well, I noticed there was a room on that. And I actually thought, I wonder if it's some like alternative commentary or something. I never went into it because obviously, you know, I don't like football, wrong shaped ball for me. But,
I'll be in
there. But I did wonder around that. Okay, any tips for, you know, obviously the. You see, I thought the tips might be coming from the younger generation here, Simon.
Not on this one, man. Sorry.
You know what it comes down to? It comes down to thinking outside the box. So you guys have both got your mobile phones with you, haven't you?
Yeah.
Go on to Clubhouse, because I've just invited you into a closed room.
No, I haven't got that one with me. That one's downstairs. But
shocking. So Luke has joined me. So Luke, you and I are in a closed room. Yeah, obviously I've muted myself because I don't want to be going through Clubhouse out onto here, back via Zoom, via satellites, via the websites and everything. And all of a sudden I'm back in my own ear headset. But yeah, I mean, the way I see it, if this is a closed room, then Luke and I could chat all day. You know, obviously there's bandwidth, there's data, you know, there's obviously mobile phone usage as well. But, you know, there's no reason why we shouldn't even do that. Or even, you know, 12 o'clock every day. We're going to have a link up on Clubhouse, talk through, you know, what the day's been like or anything. So for companies remote working, it could really be beneficial.
I'm absolutely with you on that. Thinking more around that from the mental health point of view and the business perspective, it's spot on. And I suppose in a way, because I'm going to stick with it. I've been tainted by some of the rooms that I did enter and just thought, this could be quite interesting, but you know, they're not. I mean, one of the titles was, you know, billionaires telling you how to become a billionaire, and I sat there thinking, yes, if that's going to happen overnight.
Free as well. Free room.
You know, it's.
I think as well.
Definite value.
I was going to say there's definitely some value to it. But I don't know what you guys think. At the minute, I think it's very like Americanized. So, for example, the interests and things like that on there, they're like, for example, if your interest is football, it's soccer. You know, if you're talking about shares, you know, it's stocks, and you know what I mean. A lot of Americanisms that are creeping in. So I don't know if they're going to make it more as it grows, more regionalized, or you know, for certain countries, etc. Because at the minute it is very Americanized, but I suppose it's not a bad thing. You know, it's everyone sort of knows Americanisms now. But that was one of the things I thought. And also the interest side of it. How good are they at the minute in terms of finding new things for you? Because I went on and tried to find some football content earlier on there, and there wasn't a lot of things which interested me. It was more things coming up in people's bios, for example. So again, the search engine at the minute, if you've got something really important in your bio, you're going to be appearing in the search engine at the minute. So that's just a side note. Your bio, if you get it spot on, you're going to be coming up in those search results, even not for things that are directly related to your business, as long as they're in your bio.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know too much about the bio side, but you know, if you're in a group with, you know, a well-known Clubhouse user, you know, not Mickey Mouse or anybody, but if you know a well-known user who is obviously broadcasting some really good information, then there's other people that in there that have got a profile. Now, again, it's a way of connecting with people. So, you know, if Adam and I were talking, Luke, you arrived in the room, and all of a sudden I look, who's this Luke just joined the call? Push your button, bring your profile up. I think, actually, I tell you what, it's worth having a chat with. You know, and then you can create an opportunity through networking and things like this to, like you would any form of, you know, online networking these days. You know, take it offline, go and have a coffee over Zoom or something, or Teams, or FaceTime or WhatsApp or whatever your chosen platform is. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's an opportunity then to have some engagement, and it could be very, very interesting. I know some people that are totally against it, and there's obviously people out there saying as well, look, this isn't worth doing. It's another gimmick. It's another thing that wastes your time. But what did you do during your lunch break today? And I'm thinking, well, I'll just flick onto Clubhouse and have a little look, see what's going on, rather than sort of just wading through the news on the website. So
I mean, that's exactly what I did. I was running the hashtag manufacturing hour on Tuesday night between 8 and 9. So I was watching the conversations, reading the conversation, engaging and facilitating that. But I had one ear listening to Rob Moore and his team on podcasting. And one of the questions that Rob asked in the Facebook, which is when I posted in there and it started off a conversation, was Rob asked, is it the end of podcasting? And I said no, because podcasting is more of a passive listening. We do it in the car, whereas Clubhouse is, you have to be there. It's timetabled in and you've got to be there.
It's instant.
Yeah. And the thing, I think for me, it would be more of an evening thing. More of that when I've got time to listen, like you say, if it's lunchtime, I don't generally stop. I'll continue through. But if I have 15 minutes, I probably would pop a headphone in and listen to something, or surf and listen to something to find out what's out. So I think that absolutely, definitely is something here. I think you've just got to be structured in your timings and filter some of the BS stuff out of it, haven't you? As with anything, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, for example, Adam, I mean, the meeting we all go to on a Friday morning. If we brought a few people in there to have a round robin conversation about talking about what we've been discussing, or a particular topic or something, there's people that follow each of us that will then want to learn about what Adam does and what other people do in that group as well. So there are opportunities out there, but let's
that's
see
what
where
we
it
need
goes.
to do though. We need to do it. We need to see if we could create the Zoom meeting that's transferred as we're talking into Clubhouse and see how it goes. I do fancy, like I said to you earlier, I texted Luke earlier saying, shall we set a room up and have a go? And I said, I think it would be best of an evening. I said, because I wouldn't be able to do it in the day. But if we fancy doing that, we'll have to do it, even if it's just like a general discussion, chat and everything, and we open up. I don't know whether you're up for that.
We can do one of these next week, or later on in this week, about how the same format we've done it, but just like we're speaking to no one and having a conversation about it all. And then when people drop in and have some questions, and at least then, people get a notification that you've gone live and you're in a room, and you can send that out to people. But you've got that instant thing, like Simon said, the questions can come in. I noticed there's a feature where you can sort of put your hand up as if you're in a school class. And the people that put their hand up, you then say, oh, okay, this person's put their hand up on Clubhouse. Let's let them in and get them in, and do it that way. So that might be a really, really useful format for a Q&A.
I think we should have a crack, because as we've said, it's an opportunity. We should definitely have a go at it. So, question then: how big is it going to get, Simon?
I wouldn't have a clue. I haven't got a clue at the moment.
Yeah.
I saw earlier, Adam, it was valued at 100 million. It was an article that went last week, and it's not even launched yet, and it's still in the beta. So, listen, it could go either way, couldn't it? There was an app in lockdown called House Party, which was doing so well, and a lot of my generation were getting on it. Similar theme, you could hop in, video call your mates, and then there was a data leak, I think from their end, or somebody said there was a data leak, and then their shares and stuff bombed. So anything could happen, but it's promising. I think it could get quite big.
Yeah. Simon, I know you've got to go. You've got a radio show to do. Yeah, do you want to plug it whilst you're on here?
Yeah, sharpsoundsradio.co.uk. Music for the next 2 hours, but after 8 o'clock tonight, I've got the SD Sports Show, talking about sport for an hour. So looking forward to that. Got my co-host Darren Young joining me on air tonight, and he's actually got his wife joining me tonight as well, because she's a fitness coach. So we're going to be talking about that. But Darren's pretty well connected in sport, and it's great to be able to host the show with him each week. So. Yeah. I need to go and play some tracks after 6 as well, so I'm gonna have to get going. But,
you crack on, mate.
Thanks for your time. Let's get Clubhouse going, I think. So
yeah. Thanks, Simon.
Thanks, Simon. Good to see you.
Good luck.
Yeah, so we'll round it up now. I think we've been going on 20 odd minutes around it. I think it is a one for me is that manage your time on it, focus on it, get the opportunities, and find out. Do you like you've said, you've hunted and said your profile, and getting some of the key word search stuff in there, because it's again is getting known, isn't it? You know that
Exactly.
same bio. I think there is definitely opportunity. I love the idea of the more I think around it, the mental health side, and particularly with just having it is like an open door, like you said, an open door office as well. Just going through it.
I think I might try that tomorrow. Just have a room and just open up, see who pops in for a chat while I'm working. Instead of having the radio on, just have Clubhouse open. Yeah. And try it.
So I think we need to get our heads together, create a room, and with the three of us, then just see where it goes. So great, thank you very much. I shall end it here. So it's another hashtag 530 live with myself. That's rude of me, with Luke, Simon, and myself. So we'll see you next week.